Hi, welcome to One Mommy Scrapping. I'm Scrapping Amy and I am planning for happy memories. Today I am going to be using the Hip Kit Club December kit to scrapbook some photos a friend of mine just sent me. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here and I would love if you would hit that subscribe button and then ring the bell so you are notified whenever I upload or go live, which is usually on Thursday nights. So let's get started. Alright, so two of my dear friends have just had a baby girl, and I am head over heels in love with this little baby. She was born a couple days before Christmas. So this kit works really well because it's got those nice pastel tones, and we've got some of the winter stuff in there. So I think it's just absolutely perfect. I have gone ahead and trimmed some of my papers down. Originally, I was planning on using this side, but when I trimmed it down to put on the mint paper, I did 1.5 inches off of two sides, and I was like, oh, I didn't like that. So I decided to go ahead and trim the mint down to have the white mat, and then I decided to just use this side. The offcuts, I ended up making these little banners, which are going to go hopefully at the top if I remember. I found a pin I made on Pinterest, and if I remember and know how to, I will stick it up in the little corner. So this is kind of going to be how the basis is, and then I've got scraps from a lot of the layouts I've already done this year or this month, and so I'm going to use those to put together the rest of it. So I'm going to stick this on fast forward so this does not take an hour, and I hope you enjoy. Please hit that like button and leave a comment and all that lovely stuff. Look at how fast I can scrapbook. I wish I could grade papers this quickly. So for this, I am using the Speckled Egg Distress ink to ink my edges. Y'all know I love my inked edges, and I wanted something that would be nice and soft. So brown, black, gray. I say gray and I realize I'm holding a gray sheet of paper. So yeah, gray might have worked actually, but I wanted to do something a little different. So when I mentioned in the intro that I cut 1.5 inches off of two sides for the gray snowflakes, and then I just cut 1/2 inch off two sides for the mint. So I've got a little bit of a border. Looking at it now, it's like, ooh, I think I did that gray on the mint a little crooked. And yes, I even am inking my navy paper, so if you're my sister watching this, I ink everything. But it's hard to see on video, but you can actually see that there is some color there. Obviously, you can't tell what the color is, but you know that it's got the same type of matching texture. And here's where I'm going to like switch things all around. I had an idea in my head, plus I had the one, my brain does not want to make words right now. I had that one Pinterest layout. Now, the only thing I remember from the Pinterest layout, because I didn't have it up on my screen at the time, I was actually watching another YouTube video or listening to it. But I remembered it had this banner, and I mentioned that I used some Tonic Studios dies to cut the banner pieces out. And it's the first time I've cut the banner like that, and I really, really liked it. So this cream color with multicolored snowflakes, it has basically the same color snowflakes that are in that striped paper there. This is where I was like, I wanted to turn it, but it just didn't feel right. I struggled a little bit more with this layout than I normally do. That's where that came from. Okay, there was a mark on the paper and I couldn't figure out where it came from. And it's when I was trying to do the washi tape that direction. I got this very thin washi tape for my planners. My mother-in-law bought it for me, and I really like it, and I want to be able to incorporate some of it into scrapbooking. But for scrapbooking, super thin is really hard to use. Plus, it's apparently hard for me to line it up. I struggled with that little bit of blue up at the top. Oh, and right now I'm trimming off the little edge. The striped paper overhang just a smidge, so trim that down. Probably could have taken that out, but yeah. Anyway, so I just got some mint, some navy, and some of the pink, and they have a little bit of gold on them. There's a pattern that goes along the washi tape. So the picture of my two friends, oh my gosh, y'all, I had been texting them all day going, any news? Any news? Any news? I was like, I can't. I told him, I was like, I don't want to bother you, but I'm dying here. Okay, so I pulled out some of my bankers. It's not a banker, it's a baker. Pulled out some of my baker's twine and then my art glitter glue, because to glue the way these banners are made, you need very, very fine tip bottle. And this glue is great, but when it dries, it's dry. So you don't have a lot of wiggle room. You have to kind of make the decision, is this in the right spot, and just move on. And the banners aren't quite evenly spaced like I would want them, but you know what? I think I'm okay. I had originally cut that one right in the middle, and then I realized I didn't want to cut up my one other big chunk of that paper. So I had the offcuts from the gray and white snowflake page. And so I went ahead and just did two of the fishtail pennants and two of the triangular pennants. And that worked pretty well. But I needed it to be an odd number. I was like, oh, I can't do that. So went ahead and added in the one that I was planning on tossing to the group. You saw me fiddling with the baker's twine a moment ago. I was making a bow and then feeding the end of the baker's twine through it. That way I would have the nice little bow, because I was able to do it at the beginning where it is, because there is, I tied it first. And I kind of messed up on that, which I end up having to take it out and move things around later on. But that won't be till the very end. These large acetate circles came in a freckled fawn kit. I loved getting the freckled fawn kits. I don't anymore because I've got so much stuff. I'm trying to, cut back a little bit. Y'all, the word joy, oh my goodness. That's about all I can say about it. I'm trying to pop it up because the Y is, and the J in a moment, but it's on the photo, and the photo is lifted up with the foam tape. And so then it's like laying funny if I don't have the top part of the letter sticking up. It's just like I said, I struggled here. I don't know why. And one of these days I'm going to use that silver alphabet and actually remember there are silver hearts in it that I can put into my embellishment clusters. Clearly that day was not today. So I'm going to use the chipboard for the word winter. And so it's just simply winter joy, because it was just such a joy to get these pictures. And these two have been so amazing, because I keep bugging them every day. I'm like, can I have a picture? Just one. I just want one more picture. Just one. I'm having a bad day. I need a picture. So they have been so kind to do that. And we're really good friends. I'd never really thought I would, find a couple where we would be really close to. And I really do like them. They feel like part of the family. So their little girl is going to get to call me Mimi, just like my nephews do. And my soon-to-be niece, she's coming in April. So there'll be more baby pictures. I wanted to go ahead and get the glue dots on the back of these before I forgot, since I already had it out. And I decided I didn't really want to position the banner quite yet. So that's why I was ripping the backing for it and putting it in, or putting it over the glue dot, so that way I can rearrange. Here's where I was like, what am I thinking? I completely forgot to include this envelope when I was setting up my basic layout. And it's a little wider than I'm used to. So I was just trying to figure out where to put it. And then I had to peel it up, move that yellow circle down, cover up the words, because I didn't really want to cover up much of the picture. I've got little bits of it covered here and there as embellishments are added. But so I'm covering up one of the houses and part of the words. I'm like, great, now I have to cover up the words. It's just one of those where I'm like, I really should have thought ahead a little bit more. I did think ahead, because I had, like I said, I trimmed down that paper, and then, I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm just like, I got nothing. It's just how it's going to be. And then the banner, there we go, I finally remember it, is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, like, in comparison. You pull these dies out, and you're like, oh, these are small, they're fine. And all of a sudden, you're like, okay, I'm out of space now. So I'm finally actually arranging them, and I'm taking the backing off one at a time. I make sure that middle one is straight up and down, which will help with the rest of them. And making it look more like it's naturally hanging. Here's where I'm realizing the bow that I started with is not going to work, because I'm only going to have one string. Well, technically I'll actually have 0 strings hanging off, because the one of them is going to get taped to the back and the other one's holding the rest of the banner. So I ended up making another little bow and used that. So the ends both match. And I'm just taking some of my washi tape and just taping things down. The thin washi had started peeling up, and that's been an issue I've noticed before with thin washi that I've used, so I just went ahead and taped the washi down as well. I'm like, let's put washi tape on everything. It's just kind of how it goes. So then I'm fiddling with those twine bows, trying to get them so they look semi like matching, like they're symmetrical. I'm pulling out more of the Freckled Fawn stuff too. I had 3 kits that I pulled things from. And these are older kits, like 2017, I think, is when I stopped getting the subscription. One of these things had these enamel shapes in it, and I was going to use the black and gold flowers, and then I realized, wait, my title was silver, so I didn't really want to bring in another metal like that. But I really did like the enamel shapes. So the triangular pennant pieces were very empty to me. So I added in some of the aqua hearts there. These red and pink hearts are from the die cut pack. That red heart I just set down, oh my gosh. The heart that ends up going in that spot, I end up rearranging like it felt like 7 million times. And here's the sticker sheet. I swear, why can't I talk today? And also Freckled Fawn, and it's all different sorts of like traveling things. Let's go somewhere, seek adventure, explore more. And I wanted to use 3 of them and ended up only using 1 at that bottom cluster like you saw. And it says enjoy the journey, which I think, I mean, it's a journey of parents. It's a journey of, my sweet little girl. Oh. Okay. So chipboard, I pulled out chipboard too. And there, again, these were from a November one. So I'm not quite sure what it's very colorful for November. But one of them actually says November, which is why. But I went ahead and pulled out just some that I thought would work. Let me pull why don't I have my layout in front of me while I'm filming this? The one at the top on the snowflake next to Winter Joy says amazing. The red one that I'm using right there says feeling so happy. And then the one at the bottom says love this. I was very happy to find so many different things that worked so well color-wise with this. Here's where I'm trying to fool around with this ridiculous little heart that is just being annoying. It's the only way I can say it. Alright, so I'm going to be doing the finishing touches here, adding enamel dots. There are no Nuvo drops on this because I have made a vow to use up my enamel dots this year, so then I can just buy all the Nuvo drops that come out with great abandon and not worry about it. If you're not already subscribed, I'd love if you would hit that button and join my channel. Hit the bell so you are notified whenever I upload a new video or go live. Leave a comment and a like if you are so inclined. I always like hearing what people think about my layouts. Hope you guys all have a lovely day. Bye!